Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. At the beginning of this video, we're mainly going to be focused on raising up our combat stats. I really want to get our magic level up as well as start our ranged and defense training. They're just lagging behind and I'm someone who likes having more well-rounded stats. I don't like leaving stats behind. So we're going to focus on that. We've got our magic equipment, our range equipment, and our melee equipment. We're going to go ahead and get started on that, and I'll give you some updates throughout the process. That's 34 magic. Now it's time to head over to the chickens and do some range. So we got level 5 range, but I had to go back to the bank to grab my leather body and my oak short bow that I'd forgotten. The plan is to do this until we get to 28 for the bone crossbow, because that's up on the to-do list here in a bit. But I might get bored before that and go back to woodcutting and fletching. They're just kind of my go-to chill out skills, watch a movie, you know. But I'll keep you updated. Alright, yeah, change of plans. We're going to go to Draenor Village to chop some willows up for quite a while, and then head to Hosidius to do sand crabs instead of chickens. I was doing chickens to try to get some feathers for all the arrow shafts that I have, but it's just so much running around and clicking, and it's not very AFK, and I feel like these early levels should be a little bit more AFK than what they are. So we're going to go cut up a bunch of logs. After we've cut plenty of logs, we'll go to Port Sarum, train up the range a bit more, head back to Camelot for flax and do some more money making. Since we only got our magic up to 34, we did unlock a new teleport, which was to Lumbridge, but I'd still like this Falador, Home, Camelot, Artie, and High Alk. Alright, so we've wrapped up the wood cutting. We've got 792 of these willow logs. We're going to go ahead and start fletching these into, oh, I also have this book of knowledge that we just got. We're going to go ahead and put that into herb lore now that we can actually start doing that. And that's herb lore level 4. But we're going to start making these into willow short bows until we can make willow long bows. So we finished fletching and we are finishing off selling the rest of our bows, and I think we're just going to sell the rest of them to this shop. That gives us our first white cash stack. We're going to go buy some more runes because we're not quite up to the magic level that I want. We also didn't get up to the fletching level that I wanted as well, but it's not the end of the world. We made plenty of bows and it was time to move on to something else. So we're going to go ahead and buy a ton of runes and then move on to doing some more quests. A couple of updates. So we've changed our view so it's a lot harder to zoom further out. I have the habit of being as zoomed out as possible, so that's not really possible anymore. We've also upped the UI scale, so it's a little bit easier for you all to see what's happening. I really appreciate the suggestion from you, so we're going to keep on trying that out and let me know how you feel about it. Now we're going to move on and start the Priest in Peril quest as well as Enter the Abyss, because I really want to try out the new rune crafting minigame. I've never done it, and I figured it's a good way to get runes as well as make some money and just continue to progress the account. And that's the end of Priest in Peril. Let's see here, I'm going to lower my sound settings just to make sure. There we go. Okay, and that's the end of Priest in Peril. We're just finishing all this dialogue with Drezel. But that should be a level up. Yep, we have level up in Prayer. And now we're going to go start Enter the Abyss, or Into the Abyss. What's it called? Enter the Abyss. Okay, so we are currently working on Enter the Abyss. As you noticed, I might have changed the UI so we don't see the rune light bar at the top. I've also keeping the sidebar hidden. I used to have the issue where when I was playing with the sidebar, the screen was very flashy. If you go back to episode 1 and check that out. But I've learned that if I just keep the sidebar hidden, then we don't have to worry about the sidebar at all. The screen doesn't flash anymore or anything like that. So the rest of this video and all the videos in the future are going to be recorded like this, so we don't see that top bar. I just want to slowly increase just how the videos look. But yeah, we're going to keep continuing. Will you stop walking? We're going to keep on continuing with Enter the Abyss. We're going to head to Lumbridge to go to the Wizard's Tower, and then to Artie, and then back to Varrock, and get this quest finished up. Alright, and that's level 9 rune crafting, as well as our small pouch. Alright, so we need 10 rune crafting to move on to the next quest, Temple of the Eye. We have a Mind Talisman, and we only need 154 XP in rune crafting in order to get that level 10. After looking at the wiki, a full inventory of mind runes is going to be 154 XP, so I figured we'd just make a quick trip up to the mind altar to grab that level 10, so then we can move on to Temple of the Eye. And that's 10 rune crafting, so now we can go ahead and get started with our next quest. So as I said earlier, this is a quest that I've never done, seeing as it's so new. I've never done the minigame either. I mean, I've watched like the super basics of it, but I think I'm actually going to pay attention in this quest to make sure that I think that there's like a tutorial during the quest as to how to do the minigame, and I will definitely be doing it a lot, seeing as I'd prefer not to pay for my own runes. So we're going to be paying attention a lot during this quest. You might see a little bit more of the development of this quest than most quests. Okay, so we just got the Eye Amulet. We have to take this over to the Mage of Zamorak and Varrock over at this Chaos Temple in order to get a little bit more information. Alright, so apparently we need to grab Herbert a nice cup of strong tea. So apparently Herbert's using us to play a prank. The Dark Mage checks out the amulet. He's using it to triangulate coordinates. Meaning you need to help. Search for the roof. Oh gosh, a puzzle. Alright, give me a minute. Okay, so we lost some audio, so I'm just going to kind of go over what happened. We finished the puzzle and then went over to the wizards to get teleported to the Eye of the Temple. We also got a camo top from a random event, but that's pretty much all we missed during this clip. This could be just a pet peeve of mine, but I wish they would make this go away, because I think these cutscenes are really good, but this kind of distracts from it. Okay, so I can only take one cell. I'll go ahead and bring these back over here. Give her the cell. Then we're going to place it. Okay, so this is a cell tile, which produces this. It's a barrier. So the barrier's not going to hold out for long. Viewed rocks. Alright. Okay, so using a cell on these essence piles create guardians? Okay, that's kind of cool. And it gives you crafting and rune crafting XP. Okay, so once you mine fragments, then we have to do something with them apparently. So if I talk to him, use the workbench to combine them with pure essence. This is also crafting XP. Creates guardian essence. Okay, so once I have enough guardian essence, I grab an uncharged cell, and then I go to an altar. And then I just room craft, correct? Okay. Which gives me catalytic guardian stones and a weak cell as well as some runes. What do I do with these Catalytic Guardian Stones. Are these what I use on him? Okay, and that's the cell. Okay, so I can replace the barrier with the cell. And use these. Okay. So if I use on the weak cell tile, it heals this, and then I use these on him. Or just click power up. Okay. That's where you get the majority of your room crafting XP. Alrighty. Okay, so different cells make different guardians, which give different room crafting XP. And then I have to check on this talisman. I'm pretty sure that's something that like goes somewhere else. Okay, I get the idea. I still don't understand what the talisman was for, because I just used it on the water statue and I just still went to the water altar. Does it just allow me to go to an altar if it's not the one that's open? Alright, that was actually a pretty fun quest. I enjoyed the lore behind it, and I liked how they left it open-ended so the quest line can continue. I still need to learn a little bit more about this minigame regarding like the talismans and everything, but I would love to give it a shot. Alright, so I gave the minigame a shot. I got 1 point in Catalytic and Elemental for my first try. I think I've got quite a bit of work to do. My mining level is really low. I can't craft the majority of the catalytic runes, so I was crafting a lot of low-level mined runes. I don't have the agility level for the shortcut, and the graceful would be really useful. So I think we have some work to do before we come back here, but I can definitely see myself playing this a lot. It was a lot of fun. So this is where we're going to be ending episode 4. Episode 4 has been kind of a transition episode. This is where we have changed how we record, how we are presenting the videos. So I know it might be a little bit jarring halfway through when we switch everything up. But this is going to be the way that we're recording for the future. Starting episode 5, that is how every video is going to look. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me through this process of me learning how to record and learning how to play an Ironman account. So beginning in episode 5, that's how our recordings are going to be for the rest of the series. Please feel free to drop a like as well as subscribe. It really helps me out. It keeps me motivated to keep uploading these videos. Like I said, this is a project where I just kind of wanted to document myself. I appreciate you guys watching. It holds me accountable. But I will see you guys in episode 5 next week. Thanks.